Welcome to the Slow Home Studio. Today we're looking at different ways that you can detail display niches.
Now the first question you might have is, why do I need a display niche?
Well, I've got an answer for it because all of us have stuff that is personal to us and we want to put out in our rooms, but oftentimes it ends up being a cluttered mess. So it's a good idea if we can design something to contain our stuff in a neat way and create an architectural focus.
That's right, and I think the architectural focus is key to that. It's not just about putting a hole in the wall and putting something in it. It's organizing where those niches sit so that they reinforce the basic organizational patterns of the house.
Very good point. So here's a couple of projects that we've done that include display niches. This is one where we put some niches on the end of the kitchen millwork. And so it faces towards the living room.
That's right, and if it hadn't been there, it would have just been a big blank wall. And so you're coming down the hallway and you're able to see these three pieces as you're coming down.
And it's, again, organized compositionally. So we have one long, tall slot with a glass shelf with two objects and a light, and then one elongated, taller shelf so we can display different size pieces.
Now this is a niche that's been set into a piece of cabinetry that goes around the island. So in this particular project of ours, we really wanted to try and break up this large expanse of white lacquered wood, and by simply setting that in and having a downlight, we create just a little bit of an accent that I think helps to define that space.
Kind of an unusual location for a niche, but I think it works with the overall composition of the room. This one integrates the display with the window, and we can see in the reflection of the mirror what we've done here. We've put a piece of lacquered millwork with a shelf that integrates into the window casing, and the client here had two pieces of artwork that they wanted to display, and they needed a place to do that.
Yeah, and a lot of times in a small room like this, it's hard to place art because it just looks, particularly next to a window, they look like three little pimples, and so this way we're able to integrate them all into one. And here we've got, just in the corner of a room, again, this is a piece of millwork. It's actually part of the storage in that for the kitchen in that space we were just looking at. And here we've got a corner niche that actually is again a kind of visual focus in that room.
And our final example, this is a simple idea. This is just an inset into a drywall integrating in with the fireplace in the living room. And all we did is we just put a cutout in the drywall that was big enough to house an orchid with a little light. And the thing that's interesting about this is it creates a balance to the composition because the heavy block of the fireplace is here. We've got this floating drywall plane, and this inset just balances that composition off.
So remember, a niche is a great way to add a little bit of architectural detail into just about every house.
See you next time.